got three things that I personally never travel without. I've tried to travel without them, and that's why I've actually learned that I don't want to travel without these things because they add value to my travel experience. The first one, which we'll put up on the screen, Jordan will throw it up here in a second, is a earthing mat. So we did a whole episode about earthing. We brought Clint Ober on, and the earthing mat that I use from earthing.com, not a sponsor, obviously. Advertisements still suck. We're actually sitting on some earthing mats right now. I'll model this one for you. So
I'm standing on one. Yeah.
So you're standing on one. I have a seated one. I pack the full queen size one.
Yeah.
That I'll just put on a mattress, and it doesn't take up that much space.
No, it doesn't.
You could travel with a simple seated one, or the one that Ryan's standing on right now, which is about twice the size of this. Or in the picture you have up here, that is the full mat that just goes over top of the bed. And the first thing I do if I'm at an Airbnb, hotel room, or someone's guest bedroom is I pull the sheets off the bed and I put the earthing mat on the bed. And that allows me, especially if I've been flying somewhere, grounding immediately after flying really helps reset my circadian rhythm. Because Ryan, I couldn't tell you how many times we used to travel without this. And you get to a new time zone, new place, and all of a sudden you're up till 2 a.m.
Dude.
Miserable.
It really is. No, the earthing mat is pretty awesome. It's funny how, again, like whether it's placebo or not, like I sleep better when I'm grounding at night, for sure.
I'm going to give you guys a real good life hack. You use your earthing mat while listening to Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt. You don't even know.
Oh my God.
The second thing I always bring with me, and I forgot this a few trips ago, and I was really frustrated with myself, and it is my sleep mask, the Sleep Master sleep mask.
It's a good one.
I've mentioned this on the podcast several times before. People always ask me about it. We'll put a link to both of these in the show notes, the earthing mat and the Sleep Master sleep mask. It's the most ugly thing I own because it's blue, this weird shiny satin blue.
Teal, maybe.
What is it?
Like,
You
what
can
does
see
it do?
So you can see it. It's a sleep mask. And so every night I sleep with a sleep mask, especially when I'm traveling, because you don't have control over the lights in the room. Sometimes like there's a flashing alarm in the room, or there's something peering in. They put you in a room where there's a bright light coming in through the window or whatever, and you just have to deal with it. Well, this blocks that out. It makes traveling so much more enjoyable. Also, if I'm on a plane, I can just throw that on real quick and take a quick nap.
It's a great sleep mask.
The third thing I bring on any travel is the pair of red underwear, Jordan.
I love how Malcolm brought that up earlier.
I know, right? That was so good.
So I have a confession. The red underwear you saw in the documentary Minimalism, which you can still watch now. It's no longer on Netflix. We've removed it from Netflix. You can check it out at minimalismfilm.com. There are 6 hours of bonus interviews there as well that didn't make the film. 20 other videos, I believe, all there at minimalismfilm.com. That red underwear that you saw in there, it's no longer red.
Oh,
It's blue.
you hypocrite. He changed sides.
Oh, he's Democrat now.
That's right.
Yes, it was a big political statement. No, I just, I went to, when that pair went bad, I went to go reorder a new pair and they didn't have any. So I just needed one pair of underwear that was different from the other underwear. So I wear black underwear every day, except I own one pair of blue underwear. And anytime I'm wearing that, Bex looks at me and says, oh, it must be laundry day.
Yep.
And that was the same. I learned that from being on the road. If I'm wearing the blue underwear, I better go do some laundry because I'm out of all of my other underwear. But it also acts as a separating barrier. So my clean underwear are on top of the red underwear, and my dirty underwear go underneath the red underwear. And this separates the clean and the dirty underwear. So I'm not accidentally wearing dirty underwear 2 days in a row. Although if I did, no one would know. One time we were on tour, I wore the same t-shirt to 9 different events. So it was 9 days in a row. Ryan and I were doing event after event after event. And it was probably 6 different events in 9 days. But I wore the same t-shirt. And guess what? No one noticed at all. So those are the 3 things that I've tried to travel without, and I have failed because they add value to my travel. And traveling with nothing, I don't want to travel like Jack Reacher, although I aspire to travel like that. He has nothing but what fits on his person or in his pockets. But for me, a simple travel bag with a few things that add value to my travel experience. They don't get in the way of the travel experience. They don't create clutter for the travel experience. And that's really what we've been talking about for the last 2.5 hours on this private podcast episode is intentional travel. Bringing the things with us that serve the travel, letting go of the things that get in the way of experiencing the place that we're going to.
Jack Reacher hack. Wear cargo pants.
Hey, I want to get to that level. How bad would you feel just traveling, doing all the things, just nothing but what you have on?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think Leo Babauta probably travels like that.
Who?
Leo Babauta? Yeah, he probably does. So I've been golfing a lot, frisbee golfing or disc golfing, depending on where you're at in the country. They call it all sorts of things. I used to carry just 2 discs. Now I carry 3 discs. But my buddy, he started off with
Minimalist
11.
Exposed.
Yeah, he did 11, then 7, and I think now he's down to like 3 or 4. But Mariah shows up with 1 disc and she like destroys us. She's very good at frisbee golf. But it's funny because like the last time him and I went, because he usually has a backpack with all his discs in it. And this last time he was like, oh, I decided to try it out like you do and just bring a few discs. And the whole time he's like, this is amazing. This is so nice to not have to carry a backpack.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.